Hey, you, with the shirt on. At this point, we're all well aware of how many industries AI has impacted, but when it comes to crafting art specifically, are we just handing over the artist title to the AI as well? I'm gonna assume that you're a rational person that knows how to put bread inside of a toaster oven. Now, I'm also gonna assume that just like me, you find it ridiculous that AI music actually made it on the Billboard charts last year. It doesn't matter who people are raving about on the Billboard charts today. Don't let it distract you from the reality that AI is breaking down some doors here. That's right, artificial intelligence with no soul, no rhythm of its own, no relatability to the human experience earned enough radio airplay to hit the Billboard charts last year. One song reached number 30 on the adult R&B airplay chart, another hit number 3 on the hot gospel song chart. You might want to move out the way, Mrs. Swift, because there's a new female artist in town named Zanaya Monet, and she's generating hits with her artificial eyes closed. Yeah, there's an indie artist in their New York apartment beating their laptop to a pulp right now as I'm saying this. But your competition with AI exists in every facet of your life, including your creativity. Obvious example, content creators tend to be in competition with AI slop content. But even with the example of this AI singer, there's a human collaboration involved. Talisha Jones supposedly write these lyrics and then feed it to the AI to sing it, as mentioned in one of her interviews. Which, now that I think about it, I don't see the point in that when you can just ask the AI to generate the lyrics on its own. Oh yeah, but then we wouldn't need you. You see, it's things like this that kind of blur the lines when you consider the fact that the AI is doing almost all the labor. If you ask me, the AI is the singer here, yet we're interviewing its assistant? Which leads me to ask these two questions. Is generative content worthy of being considered an art form? And are people who only generate anything with the use of AI considered an artist? Those are not my hypothesis, by the way. The answer is just a resounding no. Enter the world of Defending AI Art. This subreddit is home to those that believe AI is an art form, but more specifically, hardcore dunking on people that disagree with their worldview about generative content. See, if these people were in their own world enjoying their AI art, then it wouldn't be a problem. However, imagine how fragile and oppressed you have to be to participate in an entire community around defending the AI art that you generate. Like seriously, if insecurity had a face to it, why not just unapologetically do your thing? There would be more respect in that behavior rather than shitposting on people who oppose your worldview on content you don't even own. And sure, you can make the argument that they're fighting back because people are dunking on AI every single day, me included. But what surprises me even more is how quickly some people are to abandon the uniqueness of human effort as soon as this new tool becomes available. Generative AI is like 3 years old, but your talentless obsession to call yourself an artist today just highlights the fact that you've always admired the human effort, but have only now found the crutch to even come close to its caliber. Anyways, today we're going to be pushing the buttons of some fragile people by picking apart some of the most ridiculous posts coming from the Defend AI Art subreddit because they felt it necessary to build a whole community around defending AI art as if they've owned the right to hang their prompts inside of a museum next to the Mona Lisa.
Oh my!
Okay, first post. Let's be honest, this is most traditional artists. AI art is stealing, AI ruins the environment, AI art takes zero effort. But you lift the facade, I'm losing money. You know, as far as traditional artists go, I'm pretty sure they're not sitting around with a warm bottle of milk in their hand, crying their eyes out over AI taking money from them. I'm certain at this point, people have adapted to this AI-ridden world and have either added AI somewhere in the process of their art, or have taken different avenues to where they can create art without the collaboration of AI entirely. I'm aware that hybrid artists do exist. Some people hand draw their art and then have it generated for more detail. Almost like the rendering of a video, a tool within the process of art that I'm pretty sure is becoming the norm. But regardless, a hybrid artist still has to put some kind of effort into the concept of what it is they're creating. When all you do is just send out a prompt, you're just accepting whatever the AI decides your vision is, even if it's not exactly as you envision it in your mind. Then again, is your creative goal to be a good curator? Or is your claim to being an artist the fact that you're good at picking the better picture or graphic design that the AI creates for you? What about AI music? Are you considered an artist because you wrote a really good prompt for the AI to make a song about? Even if you're not doing any of the singing? The creative process is just completely given away. I don't know, but if you ask me, it's like you're not creating anything. Rather, you're letting the AI create it. So how are you the artist again? Sir, are you ready to read the next post? Yes, next post please. Uh-oh, antis are not happy with this. Okay, I understand the anti-AI labels or whatever, but antis are starting to sound like a straight up slur on this subreddit. The antis aren't gonna be happy with this one. Ooh, I can't stand those antis deciding what is and what isn't art. I hate antis. Yeah, you might want to take it easy on that one. So in case you're unaware, Riven is a sequel to a 1993 game called Myst, which is a first-person interactive puzzle solver that gained a lot of commercial success in the early days of the CD-ROM era. It sold more than 6 million copies and was one of the top-selling PC games for years, until being overtaken by Sims 2 in 2002. And in 2024, Riven was released as a remake. However, recently there's been a lot of controversy behind the soundtrack's vinyl having AI-generated images included in its artwork. Robin Miller, who's a co-creator of the game, tried to fight back against the antis in response to a Reddit post by claiming, quote, "The gatefold image was created using AI tools in Photoshop. I use AI like any other visual tool. For this, I spent weeks making the image. There is a lot of AI slop." I don't know why the hell he said that. "I am a designer and artiste. I designed and directed Riven, and I meticulously designed this image. AI is a powerful tool if used correctly." And see, that's cool and all. Use your AI, but at the same time, you can't get mad at people who aren't fans of AI art or don't respect the absence of human participation. Because honestly, your policy was so against generative AI art that you had to backpedal and consider canceling or returning money back to patrons who weren't happy with your hypocrisy. Now, that's not the antis hating generative AI for no reason. That's the fan base of a product pushing back on generative AI being involved in a classic relic that was once only forged by human effort. So I don't think this post really help your guys' oppression stance. Why is this here?
Whatever it is, make it quick. I'm in the middle of fighting a Shaolin monk.
Next post, please.
Got it.
Holy irony. How much I hate AI. Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate AI since I began to live. There are 17 trillion biological cells that fill my entire body. Whoa, buddy, what's going on? If the word hate was engraved on each singular proton, neutron, and electron of those tens of trillions of cells, it would not equal 1/quintillionth of the hate I feel for AI at this nano instant. For it, hate. And then down at the bottom it says, stealing a quote from AI to hate on AI. I have nothing to say. I just really hope this is sarcastic. I hope so. My God, it's as if the AI is knocking on their door every single night, disturbing their peace, calling them names from their porch, and then leaving a sack of turds in their driveway. But hey, hopefully it's just sarcasm. Anti doesn't realize how obnoxious his behavior is for normal people. They got to her. The AI slop gang got to my fucking mother. What? I'm confused. When the mom tells me to keep my opinions to myself, so now I just stare at the AI art like, what's going on here? I need more context. Context, my little sister bought some K-pop Demon Hunters book home from her school library. Don't ask why they have that there, I don't know. Okay. I looked at it and the cover art was AI slop. That didn't even look like the original movie. I pointed it out and my mother basically responded, so what? How is that a bad thing? There's some people that think that's a good thing. Keep your opinions to yourself. No one asked. I don't know where the fuck this came from because she's usually pretty chill. My dad ain't even like this. He doesn't really care about the topic. This was her specifically getting riled up over it, hoping she was just in a shit mood or something because dear God, don't let my mom become an AI slop supporter. This was the book, by the way. Okay, I think I see your dilemma. Hey, remember earlier when I deemed some people rational enough to put bread inside of a toaster oven? This looked like you're having trouble trying to figure out what to do with all that bread. Again, it's not that serious. Generative AI content can exist. That's not the issue here. The issue is trying to hold the status of being called an artist if you haven't put any effort outside of just writing a prompt. Think about it. There's a pro AI subreddit where all people do is just post generative AI content without a care in the world. And I totally respect it. They've carved out a space for themselves where they can just do whatever they want. Community can be a beautiful thing, but if all they're doing is just adding prompts to ChatGPT to create an image and then calling themselves artists, I hate to break it to you, but you're not an artist.
Ouch.
Because then by that definition, I'd be an artist. I've generated some backgrounds for some of my thumbnails in the past, none of which deserve to be in a museum at all. What was I even thinking with this one? But on the contrary, I'm well aware that you could be so over the top that you find yourself posting in the anti-AI subreddit, another community that's the complete opposite of defending AI art that has fallen into the complete extreme and making the point of how bad generative AI can be at its worst. No need to get radical. All I'm saying is if you're not putting in the effort to draw your own art, sing your own songs, use your own voice and scripts in your YouTube videos for Pete's sakes, I don't consider you an artist because you're giving the labor over to AI. Oh, hey there, I hope I'm not bothering you. I was just hoping if you could show me the way to the next post. So does this make me an AI artist? I asked Gemini to create a photo of a dog running in a field cartoon. Field cartoon, are you 12? So is this my artwork, as in this image belongs to me? I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just trying to figure out how this subreddit works. You used the tool to make something to be looked at. So yeah, you made art, making you an artist. I'm sorry, but I highly disagree. Just because you wrote a prompt and Gemini created a picture of a dog frolicking through fields of grass in what seems like a page from a children's book doesn't make you an artist. You sound like a potential anti-parading as a pro. You could be legitimately pro-AI, but you don't read as that to me. You made art. You are therefore an artist. Wow, the bar is really low, guys. That exists in all mediums. The depth of your prompt engineering, however, is comparable to a traditional artist who sketched or drew for 5 to 10 minutes. Man, if you don't get that garbage explanation out of here. Earlier, I made the mistake of assuming that we all understood how to put bread inside of a toaster oven. But it seems to me like you're shoving bullshit inside of a microwave. Seriously, if I'm wrong, explain it to me. But are we seriously comparing sketching and doodling to prompt writing? Here's a visual representation of me pouring my soul while drafting a song for the AI to sing. All right, did the AI get all that? Don't be fooled, my friend. You are not an artist. And that's okay, but I think you'd find yourself more comfortable over at Pro AI Art. And then they wonder why people prefer AI over commissioning delusional artists. Is $100 reasonable for absolutely not? What in the... You know what, man? Go on ahead and just generate that shit. I'm sure you'll have better results. And you see, turns out I'm not as big as an AI hater as you thought I was. Look, the point that I was trying to get across is that writing prompts alone doesn't make you an artist. Yes, it is a tool that makes the process a bit easier, but being an artist has always been an earned title in our modern time. Think about the sleepless nights and hard work someone went through in crafting their skill. They've earned the right to call themselves an artist by putting themselves through that constant grind and repetition to earn that title. We've always valued titles because of what it takes to earn one. I can't call myself a doctor without the training involved to become one. The same way it'd be stolen valor if you call yourself a Marine without earning those stripes, enduring the challenges that come with those fields. Those are probably some extreme examples, but I think you understand what I'm getting at. Art in itself has always been something that evoked an emotion, a vehicle for communication among people of different cultures. It's literally the essence of human to human interaction outside of verbal communication. And look, I know this debate isn't going to change the minds of anyone that think that generating AI lyrics and then having AI sing the song still make them an artist. That's fine. Maybe there's a skill there to a deeper craft that I don't quite understand. But as someone who write their own scripts, edit their own videos, mix the vocals for clarity, and not off in the middle of researching topics, I'm doing what it takes to earn my title as a commentator. So please, excuse my ignorance if I just don't get it. And just so we're on the same page moving forward. That's how you put the bread in the freaking toaster oven!